Test 1, 2, 3. Hi guys, welcome to the new video. Today I'm gonna be showing you how you can create this water drop scene in Blender using dynamic paint. So I am in Blender. I'm gonna choose my cube by the left click X and delete. Shift A on the mesh. I'm gonna choose plane, S, and move the mouse to scale this plane. Something like this. About size like this. Now I'm gonna duplicate this plane, so I'm gonna select by the left click, Shift D, G, Z, and move up by the mouse, something like this. Because from this plane the water drop gonna come out and on the ground gonna crash, if that makes sense. I hope you get it. So I'm gonna select our ground plane, click tab, right click and subdivide, open this and click here 100, enter, because we need more geometry on our ground. So I'm gonna once again click tab, select by the left click, tap once again, right click and subdivide one more time. As you can see, this much geometry is enough. Once again click tab, a lot of tab in this one. Now I'm gonna select this plane above, go to our particle systems right here and click plus, and end frame I'm gonna set up about 300. Now if I'm gonna play this, I'm gonna move just to show you. If you don't know how to move in Blender, just right here on the view, navigation and walk navigation, right click and you can assign the shortcut. I have Shift F to navigate, Shift F and VSAD to navigate in Blender. I navigate like this. Now if I'm gonna play this, as you can see, these particles just came down from the ground, if that makes sense. So we must change the lifetime. I'm gonna maybe click 30 and let's see. Yeah, this is not enough, maybe about 40. So we must place with the values of the lifetime right here on the particle systems, like, yeah, I think maybe 35, it's pretty enough. I know I can add the collision system, but this collision system doesn't work with dynamic paint, so we must change the lifetime right here. Yeah, I think it's enough. You must play with those values, something like this, maybe a little bit less. Okay, that's enough. So we're gonna need some object that those particles gonna look like a raindrop. So Shift A on the mesh, I'm gonna choose sphere. Wait guys, not that sphere, this sphere. GZ and GY, I'm gonna move this aside. Now quick modeling on the sphere. I'm gonna select the sphere, click tab, and I'm gonna just select this one vertices and click O, or maybe select right here on the viewport, but shortcut is O, G, and as you can see I can move this by the mouse and create something like raindrop. You can of course scroll down on the mouse on the wheel to imitate like raindrop. I think that this looks okay. Click once again tab, and I'm gonna select this plane above, and on the render I'm gonna right here choose object and select our raindrop right here. And as you can see, those particles looks like raindrops. Yes, and you can play with the scale, of course. I'm gonna maybe do a little bit smaller. Yeah, something like this, why not? And I'm gonna just dismiss the show emitter right here, and on the viewport right here I'm gonna dismiss view emitter, so you don't see in the 3D viewport this plane above, as you can see. Yes, this is invisible. So I'm gonna just go on the cache settings, and I'm gonna set up the end frame right here 300, and I'm gonna click bake. back our simulation. Now we're gonna set up dynamic paint. I'm gonna choose my ground, go on particle system right here and choose dynamic paint, canvas, add canvas, and I'm gonna crop this number about 4 times, and I'm gonna change the paint from the, of course, to the waves. I'm gonna select right here. You can play with those stuff, how much drop in and how big waves are and whatever. Later on I'm gonna play with those stuff. Now I'm gonna choose my above plane, that the particle system is above. Yes, I'm gonna choose dynamic paint and change this to the brush, add brush, and right here I'm gonna change to the particle system and choose my particle system. And as you can see, if I'm gonna play, we have this cool effect. Yes, now on the waves right here you can open and you can play with those values. I'm gonna set up this, I'm sorry, about 0.8, and I'm gonna select my canvas, and on the drop in I'm gonna maybe turn this a little bit up. The effects of the drop gonna be a little higher, and right here I'm gonna set up 0.8, and that's it. I'm gonna bake my simulation on the cache. If you don't have available this, just save your file. I'm gonna click bake, just restart on the frame 1 on the timeline and click bake. First save your project, of course, and give my PC a couple of fucking hours because my PC is bullshit. And the baking is finished. Now we're gonna set up some materials. So it's very simple. I'm gonna just choose from the free kit. If you don't have this available, just go to the preferences, add-ons, right here add-ons, and just tap kit and select kit. I'm gonna choose right here to the materials and tap water. And you can select whatever material you want. I'm gonna choose this water to 0, and on the water drop I'm gonna choose the water 2. Why not? Now I'm gonna go to the shader editor right here and change this to the world, and Shift A. I'm gonna search for the environment texture. I'm gonna plug this to the color and choose my HDR file. If you don't have HDR, just search in Google for free. You have HDR sites for free you can download. I plug this. I'm gonna go to the camera, change the angle of the camera to do some kind of shot, maybe something like this. And I'm gonna go to the render. I'm gonna change this to the cycles. I'm gonna bring the values down because my PC is kind of bullshit. Denoiser, I'm gonna add denoiser, and right here on the performance I'm gonna crop this about 477. Wait guys, this is how big the squares are on the rendering. So I crop this always, you know, to bigger because its rendering time takes forever in my PC. And I'm gonna just adjust one more time the camera, and I'm gonna just click render, and I got this pretty cool animation. So this is how you can do this. It's a little complicated, but I think this is not that much complicated. Okay, thank you for watching. See you on the next video.